Hey folks, how are you? So today is the last day of the vegetarian series and I have all these ingredients over here that needs to get used up. So let's take everything over here and make something delicious with them. So most of the ingredients over here are considered aromatics, and I'm gonna make something called sofrito or mirepoix. It's not an authentic recipe, but it's the idea of using them in the most productive way. So the exciting part about making sofrito is that at the end, you can eat it on its own or you can use it as an aromatic base to make something else. So today we're going to use it to make eggplant parmesan. The first step is to cut these veggies into little pieces, and it doesn't matter which tool you use, and it doesn't have to be perfect as long as they're little. So first step is to get your pot really hot to a smoking point, because once you add the veggies in there, the temperature of the pot will drop immediately. After you add your veggies, leave the heat on high to get rid of the excess water content and concentrate the flavor. And once in a while, just give it a stir, making sure the bottom of the pot is not burned. As you can see, most of the liquid is gone, and now the flavor is concentrated. I'm going to add a little bit of oil and fry these veggies a little bit to give it more flavor. Added some dried chili, and now I'm roasting off some tomato paste. I'm turning this into a tomato sauce for my eggplant parmesan. Look at this. This is our vegetarian tomato sauce that we're gonna use for the eggplant parmesan. It looks like regular bolognese, doesn't it? As we did in the beginning of the week for making moussaka, we're going to season these eggplant and let it sit for 1 hour to get rid of the excess water. And first, we are brushing these eggplant generously with oil. You could absolutely just toss them in oil if you don't have a brush. So these eggplants are going to the oven at 450. You really want to use high heat because eggplants are like sponge. You need to be aggressive in order to get rid of the water and concentrate the flavor. While the eggplant is roasting, I'm making the breadcrumb. I have about 3 cups of breadcrumb in here and to 1/3 of a cup of oil. And I just want to toast until they're nice and golden brown. That's it. And right before you finish, add your parsley, and you want to hear the crackling sound. Okay, gotta go. And the chef once taught me to add some lemon zest to the breadcrumb, so I can't take credit for this recipe. And this breadcrumb is gonna be awesome. So, we're ready to assemble our eggplant parmesan. I got the eggplant, I got the sauce, and I got the cheese. Let's go. I'm starting off with the sauce, followed by the cheese, and followed by the eggplant. And then I will do that repeatedly until I no longer have the eggplant. Now, what we have left to do is put this in a 400-degree oven to melt the cheese. So, it seems like we did a lot of work today, but if you have any leftover tomato sauce, just buy a couple eggplants and some shredded mozzarella, and you will be able to make a simple, delicious eggplant parmesan on any given day. Right, this was in the oven for 15 minutes in 400 degrees. Once it's nice and bubbly, then it's done. Remember, everything in there is cooked. You only need to melt the cheese on the top and at the bottom. I grated the parmesan on the top, and now this is going back to the oven for a hot second under the broiler just to melt the cheese and get some color on the top. If you have a broiler setting like mine, just leave the door open and stay in front of it. This step will go very quickly. Nice and bubbly, sexy. And turn your eggplant parmesan occasionally so the top gets browned evenly. Perfect, this just came out of the broiler. It took less than 2 minutes. Nice, golden brown, very beautiful. Look at that. The first slice is always a little messy, but just look at the stretch of the cheese. That's eggplant parmesan. There you go, simple, delicious eggplant parmesan. Let's take that ride onto the plate. Now, let's just add some breadcrumb to get that texture. Fantastic.